Hi, let me start by asking you a question. Well, how many of you have delayed your aspirations and passions because you had to do something practical with your life or you had responsibilities? Just raise your hands. Well, quite a few of you. Let me tell you for once, I would have been on that part myself had I not taken one decision a couple of years ago. The decision was I never stopped learning. And that became the foundation, the root that gave me stability to explore everything else, other my aspirations, be it my passions and my interests. So, what I would like to tell you through this talk is be multiple identities rolled into one, but let there be a strong foundation to support all the other identities. And so today, I, Dr. Shivani Nayak, bring forth my story and my tidbits of life. And I hope you take back something with you home today. So that's how my story actually unfolds, friends. Well, at the age of 17, I decided to work. I just wanted to be independent and I wanted to know how the big bad corporate world really worked. So I joined a few companies, ICICI Bank, and so many UK based firms. And finally, I landed up with the plain truth, which was I joined Jet Airways as a flight attendant. Now, during this time, just because I promised myself enthusiastically that I would never really stop learning, and then I was wondering, Shivani, how are you going to keep learning if you're working full time in shifts? And that's when light bulb moment. I realized I do have time after I'm done serving passengers online. What do I do with the free rest time I'm being given? I go back to the galley area and refer to my notes. And mind you, the galley area was such a big classroom for me that I managed to complete my MCOM and an MBA while starting from the plane. So 35,000 feet above ground came some of my most valuable lessons. And if I can do it, so can you. So I learned that you don't need more time. You just need fewer excuses with the time that you already have. And that took me to the next chapter of my life. Well, this was by chance. I did not plan anything out, but because I kept learning, I kept growing, and God opened more doors for me, surprisingly. So, when I used to make announcements on the flight and I used to explain safety instructions, some of my colleagues said, Shivani, you're good at explaining things. Why don't you consider teaching as a profession? I just blew it off like a joke. But you know what? It was at the back of my mind. And I told myself, what if it's just a phase or a fad that I suddenly join teaching and then regret? So I told myself, let's work for a few NGOs, let's volunteer to teach some children, and then realize if I really love doing this. And guess what? I taught kids and I began to enjoy. And that's when I realized that sometimes life listens to what you say before you do. And my life gave me a few signals. These signals were not random clues, not random energy. They were actually pointing towards a direction. Maybe I had a bigger purpose in life. And did I go for it? What's your guess? Yes, I did. With that chapter of my life, I finally decided let's go in for teaching. You know, I was initially dissuaded by my parents, and everybody said, are you crazy? You're leaving a high paying job to teach? That was the impression that they had in mind because I was changing a career. And I told myself that same mantra never stop learning. So I said, if I have to really prove to them that it wasn't a whim of my imagination and fancy, I said, let's formally educate myself to be a good educator and be a damn good one at that. And that's when I decided to actually get the license to teach, the academic passport. I did my B.Ed and I did my NET. Yes, all this while I was working full time. And finally, the moment preparation met purpose. So, what did I do after I complete my B.Ed and NET? I applied to not one, not two, but 40 colleges. Yes, life's been harsh on me too. Were there rejections? Yes. I got a call from just one college. Because of my previous background being so haywire and now suddenly education, I got called by one nevertheless. I went for the interview. Did I do it well? Mm, well enough. But let me tell you what stuck around for the interviewers. Before I stepped out of the interview room, I just told the principal one thing. I said, ma'am, when I entered the college, I saw a board over there which said accredited by a grade that the college received. I said, ma'am, to the best of my knowledge, there is no such word as accredited. It's supposed to be accredited. Now, why did this come up? Because I've been reading so voraciously that these observations keep coming to my mind. And when I said that to her, she said, you know what, Shivani? It's been ages since this college started, and no one's pointed that out to me. I wasn't sure about clearing the interview, but I did get a call because of that one observation that I made. And they called me for it. And that is why. So you might be wondering, where does the confidence of leaving a job and jumping from Jet Airways to a teaching job come from? Well, confidence does not come before efforts, dear friends. It comes because of the efforts. And with that effort and with that conviction, my storybook heads me towards the plot twist in my story. Just when I felt that I have learned enough and now it's time to settle down in the job that I love, I realized so far I was learning for a career. Now I'm making learning as a career. So actually, up till now, I wanted to keep learning, but now learning did not want to let go of me. It said, education told to me, Shivani, you're not done with yet. Your journey with me begins now. And I said, oh my God, what's in store for me right now? Well, now I was told that you have to do a PhD. I was told you have to write research papers. I was told you have to file a few patents or no one's going to take you seriously as an educator. Well, there I was diving again into it. Did I get a rosy bed or did I have a cakewalk? No. Endless proposals for getting my PhD approved, rejected. I kept trying hard, and the feedback of my mentors finally saw me sail through. And then at my job, I realized that when you focus on improving yourself, recognition finds you and somehow reaches you. And that's when I got recognized as an educator and people begin to trust me. Okay, now you must be wondering, what did you do after that? You become an educator. What next? Where is the learning element coming up right now? You know, once PhD was done, there was a FOMO in my life. I'm sure you all faced the fear of missing out. I've done it all. Now what do I do? Nothing's happening in life. And that's when your mind starts coming up with the bucket list, which you never really got to ticking off. And my bucket list said, I had to do something from IITs and IIMs. But that ship has sailed. I'm too late. It's too late for me. Probably next life. And then God sent a signal. The signal was there are some courses taught by Government of India through IIT professors that you can actually study and give the examination. So I signed up for the maximum courses because there was an award for somebody who tops maximum. So all in the flow of enthusiasm, I did that. And then I realized, how are you going to study for this? Okay, now this is where the answer is. You see that? Local train university, I call it that. The time that I had for traveling, good 2 hours, I said, wow, I wouldn't even get that kind of a time at home. So let us just put it to good use. And some of my most important classes happened between two stations. And with that came the realization you may not always be able to control your surroundings, but you can control your direction. And that sort of put my life on a track. Now, you must be wondering it's all sorted out. And that is where I start deviating. I decided to find my voice, literally, and I decided to train myself in voiceover. Turns out, my voice had a side hustle. And so I began to train formally. I'm sure you all are wondering. You spoke about education being your cornerstone and the foundation. Where is all this leading to? Well, I never really left education. The training that I took from the voiceover actually helped me record educational videos that my students used as a quick preparation for their examinations. So, if you notice, my backbone stays strong, but also gives me the freedom or the runway to explore and fly in other directions, which actually fit together like a great jigsaw puzzle. And so, I realized that nothing you learn in life is ever wasted. Life just decides later how to use it. And with that turn of events, I said, okay, if you notice, my ambition is just flying now, because I realized that a stable job and a career that's booming, you now have the vision and the peace of mind to try other things. So, with that devotion or with that dedication, I said, okay, now just one thing off my bucket list, just one global institution. And I promised my husband, I know I'm being too ambitious, But now that I am on the track, don't stop me. So I said, Harvard, it is. Well, I applied for Harvard for years together, waiting it will never happen. All of a sudden, I get a mail saying that, congratulations, you're being invited as a delegate to Harvard. Boom. I went for the Harvard Asia conference and I was eyeing the coveted prize. Dear friends, every time I say I wanted to do this, I wanted to do that, I just want you all to take a few tips or take a few takeaways which say that always be a little crazy, a little extreme positivity will always help you reach somewhere midway. So again, I went for the Harvard Asia conference for it was something called as a Harvard Impact Challenge, where a live case study is given to you and you have a few hours to crack it and give the solution to the actual company who's come there to judge you. So I prepared overnight, I presented it the next day, and guess what? I did happen to win the Harvard Impact Challenge for the year that I participated. Now, what appears to be overnight success to everyone is actually more than 2 decades worth of learning that has gone into it. So the education never really left me, the learning stayed with me. And for all those who thinks that opportunities rarely create readiness, what I'm trying to say is readiness attracts opportunities. Just keep working towards your goal. You will not know the kind of doors that open up for you. And now comes the most glamorous chapter of my life. The professor turns diva. Well, who said academia can't wear a crown? I got this confidence when I took part in the Mrs. Maharashtra 2025 pageant. And in case you're wondering now, where did this come from? Everything has a story, dear friends. My husband told me once, you used to be a queen before we got married. When did you stop being one? That was the realization that made me think maybe I should go in for this. Maybe I should enroll. Now, where do you think my learning of all these years really helped me? A, it made me a more confident speaker on stage. It made me give my answers with far more clarity. Of course, my mentors at the pageant really supported me well, and so I was able to take that mark. But then, what really happened was some of my most surprising chapters in your life are going to give you the most powerful lessons. What did I do with this? Winning the pageant gave me a different level of confidence. Now, when I walk into the class with my head held high, and when I tell students about branding, marketing, confidence, and communication, they know where this is coming from. And it's coming from a place of experience. Now, I do not teach them, I transform them with my own experience. So, this is how the journey really worked out for me. And for all those who think we are deviating too much, as long as you can connect back to your backbone, you will never be far away from your goals, dear friends. And also never forget, no one flies solo. Every dream needs a team. Who's my team? Of course, my husband, my biggest cheerleader and supporter, my parents, my brothers, my mother in law, and everyone. And then, for all those in this room, especially women, we try to be very strong all the time. Oh, I'll do this. Oh, I'll manage it. It's fine. Don't worry. Let me tell you, even the strongest wings need the wind beneath them. So create a strong support system for yours. And you know what? When you are so convinced about your own life's journey, your family and your friends actually chip in. But when you start taking a back foot and hesitating and saying, no, it's okay, let me not pursue this because the kids are growing up, let me not do this because career is waiting, that's when they also start losing confidence in your journey. And to wrap it all up, there's always supposed to be a good end or a positive end to all the stories, right? So my positive end came with all the recognitions that came along with it, be it the Best Teacher Award, the Asia Education Award, and all of these awards. However, with these recognitions came realization. It reminded me of my small beginnings, my strong foundations, which led to unexpected reach for me. And my friends, if I can do it, so can you. So, education not just changed my career, it expanded the belief of what all was possible with my life. And so, a lot is possible with your life too. So, as I speak with you right now, my postdoctoral thesis draft is sitting on my laptop, and my guide is constantly calling me up saying, when are you submitting it? That little bit of a hustle is actually good for your life. So, keep up that spark and the fire in your belly, and trust me, you will go places. And now, when somebody asks me, how do you manage all of this? I just smile and tell them this because I never stopped learning, and so shouldn't you. That's me signing off. Thank you very much.